Hello, dear friends. I am excited to share with you this week's clinical tip. It is a powerful one. Today, we're going to explore the integration of mind, body, spirit medicine using a specific essential oil. Let me explain. Last week, I ran across a beautiful exercise incorporating Yarrow essential oil. It was adapted from the 1970s book by Phyllis Chrystal. It's called Cutting the Ties That Bind, and it was shared to me by Cathy and Florian Birkmayer, MD. The reason this process is a trifecta of healing is because it is based on how essential oils work holistically. Specifically, it integrates yarrow oil into a self-care practice for more nourishing social connections. As a naturopathic and functional medicine doctor, I have seen time and time again how my clients' relationships, including to themselves, can literally be the main factor that makes a protocol work or keeps them stuck. This is why I was so attracted to this method. Thankfully, Cathy graciously granted me permission to distribute it to my audience, which is you. Before I explain this technique, let me introduce you to the creators. I believe it's super important for those who study essential oils and aromatherapy to be aware of our mentors and our history. This is so we can honor our roots and be educated at a much deeper level. So let me tell you a bit more about this dynamic couple. They are world-renowned in aromatherapy. Cathy holds a business in education with honors in speech and drama from the Royal Centre School of Speech and Drama in London, an herbalist degree, has 4 years of training in advanced kinesiology, and is a CTA certified coach. Dr. Birkmayer holds a bachelor's degree in molecular biology at Princeton University. He received his medical doctorate from Columbia University, which inspired him to become an addiction psychiatrist. He then completed his psychiatry residency at the University of New Mexico, is board certified in psychiatry, ASAM certified in addiction medicine, and a certified life coach. The mission of Cathy and Dr. Birkmayer is stated on their Aromagnosis website, which reads, "We help you create a solid foundation for your whole psyche. Build a relationship with your shadow that will liberate your creative energy. Have a vision for your future that will continue to nourish you." Cathy and Dr. Birkmeyer's work can be summarized as an integration of holistic and spiritual medicine. I believe it is paramount for us to embrace what is emerging in traditional science as we stay grounded in holism. Unfortunately, many have become disconnected from their true nature and inner strength. This separation of spirituality and our psyche at the sole embracement of conventional medicine has come at a cost. When we disconnect from ourselves, our purpose, and our soul wisdom, we lose confidence, and we also lose touch with our essence. As a result, we are always seeking answers outside of ourselves to validate us. Our bodies and mind respond to our fractionated self with dis-ease. In fact, studies have validated how beneficial spirituality and inner work is for promoting and restoring physical and emotional well-being. This brings us to the exercise, Cutting the Ties That Bind. It is meant to release enmeshment in relationships by recentering us back into our own guidance. At the same time, it integrates the physical and mind-body-spirit properties of Yarrow essential oil. So let's start exploring this merger first at the physical level of the essential oil, then we'll move on to the soulful practice. On the physical level, yarrow oil has many beneficial properties and contains a unique blend of constituents that influence a wide range of body systems. These compounds support cellular health, act as antioxidants, are antimicrobial, and have inflammatory modulating properties. They include limonene, which has evidence for enhancing cellular repair, being anti-proliferative of certain cell lines, supporting metabolism, balancing cholesterol, and enhancing breast health and overall wellness. Alpha and beta pinene, which can support our defense and repair system and possess stress-relieving properties. Limonene and the pinenes are both phytonosides, aromatic molecules derived from trees. They play a role in reducing stress and improving health. This has been demonstrated in several studies regarding the benefits of forest bathing. Results indicated improvements in measurements of immune markers such as white blood cells and the stress hormone cortisol. Yarrow also contains 1,8-cenol, which is a constituent that dominates the makeup of many eucalyptus oils and is found in some rosemary oil chemotypes. It is known for supporting respiratory health, and it's linked to enhancing cognitive function and memory. Camozuline, it's a sesquiterpene, which is a compound found in chamomile species and has been studied in vitro to be anti-inflammatory. It has also been reported to decrease the production of oxidative stressors. And for you doctors out there, that's via suppressing INOS. And these oxidative stressors can cause cellular and biological havoc in the body. These actions may explain its pain-relieving properties. Furthermore, camozuline is the compound that is credited for promoting skin health. It's actually the component that tends to give certain essential oils their blue hue. Beta-caryophyllene is a terpene, another sesquiterpene. It is a dietary cannabinoid, most often associated in my world to copaiba, but people associate it with things such as black pepper as well. This compound interacts with the endocannabinoid system, which is an underappreciated regulator of a variety of biochemical processes in major functions of the body. One small study found that inhalation of beta-caryophyllene increased alpha and theta waves on brain EEGs. This helped to demonstrate its relaxing, antidepressant, and anti-anxiety effects. On an emotional level, yarrow oil is known to be for the wounded healer. This is in alignment with what I had as my own intuitive experience with yarrow oil that expanded my confidence in trusting my inner nudge in clinical practice. Cathy and Dr. Birkmayer state that yarrow essential oil supports one in achieving healthy personal space and maintaining strong yet flexible boundaries. If you want to learn even more about some of the properties of yarrow essential oil and all of its other additional benefits, you can tune into my podcast on the Essential Oil Revolution, where I discuss yarrow oil, and I'll have a link in the video description. So with all that being said, and now that we understand yarrow essential oil and some of its constituents, which would give it some of its amazing beneficial and emotional properties and spiritual properties as well, let's discuss cutting the ties that bond. This is the soulful exercise for healthy relationships and boundaries. Now, what I'm going to do is just read you some excerpts as they were sent to me from an email by Cathy and Dr. Birkmayer that explains this process more. This way you're getting the full out exercise without my interpretation of it. All right, so Cathy stated that many relationships are tainted and out of balance because the unconscious boundaries between people involved are not clear. Often unhealthy relationship patterns are installed in our unconscious from an early age. Parents who ask their children to carry their unfulfilled lives or shadow aspects is a big one. This often begins a pattern that carries on with other people throughout our lives. Healing and developing emotional and energetic health often involve working on redefining boundaries in relationships. On a basic level, this means knowing and defining what is yours and what isn't, which means taking responsibility for your own actions, emotions, and energy, and not taking responsibility of those aspects of others. Practitioners, too, often need to be aware of boundaries, so not to take on their clients' energies or ask their clients to carry theirs. This is the true path of the wounded healer. Most of the problems with unclear boundaries are unconscious, which means that we are unaware of them. They are patterns of behavior and energetic deals running into the background of our psyches, but it has tremendous effects on our vitality and life force. Yarrow, combined with cutting the ties that bind exercise, can sever and free us from these unconscious binds. We, meaning Cathy and Dr. Birkmayer, have worked in this way with Yarrow for many years now and witnessed in our lives, in the lives of our clients, the power and speed with which Yarrow gets to work. It feels so good and liberating to be free of unhealthy energetic deals and to be consciously aware of the choices we make when entering the relationships with others. Now, here are the instructions from Cutting the Ties That Bind. Again, it's based on Phyllis Chrystal's Cutting the Ties That Bind. What you would do is you would put a small drop of yarrow essential oil in the palm of your hands and rub them together. And then you would direct the aromatic molecules around what they call the aura, which is just basically the top of the head getting into the energetic pattern. Now, for those of you not familiar with energy medicine, there is a belief that we also exude energy based on the fact that even if we look at the biochemical level, we are made of energy from electrons and neutrons and protons that we learned in basic chemistry. Okay, so just kind of think of it that way. But then after that, what you do is you take a piece of paper and you draw a circle with a yellow or golden felt tip, which is a symbolizer of light. You put your name in one circle and the name of the other person in the second circle. Then you tune into their soul. So what you do is tuning into the person that you want to create a healthy relationship with and let them know what you're doing and that you're doing it to benefit their relationship and all of those involved. If it's a child doing it regarding a parent, you can turn into the soul of the parent and say that you no longer wish to serve their shadow. You put the two pieces of paper in a space or somewhere where they can stay for a couple of weeks. The two pieces of paper can touch on one side at the beginning. And every time you think about this, you're going through your day, you visualize yourself and the other person in their own circle with light defining it. And as you visualize this, you say, what belongs to you, you keep. What belongs to me, I keep. And while you say the words, you visualize yourself doing whatever you need to do and cutting any energetic ties or just going about your day without being completely impacted. And you can repeat this multiple times a day. And at the end of every day, what you'll do is you move those circles in that space slightly farther apart. And after some days, it can be about 2 weeks or more, you'll start to feel that the work has been done and you tune into the circles and move them away from from each other. And then you can compost or burn these circles separately. So what does this mean? I know it can sound a little bit woo-woo when we're talking about auras and energy, but here's a scientific explanation for when we do different exercises like this. It's an application of psychoaromatherapy. So we're using aroma to create a new neural pathway, doing different exercises for memory reconsolidation patterns to give us a different response pattern to the same event or the different person. So if that sounds familiar, it probably should if you've been following my work, because I've talked about it in a previous clinical tip. Neuroscience, psychoaromatherapy, and essential oils are the foundation of the work of Dr. Perkis and his aroma freedom technique, which I'll also link to in the video description if you missed it. So there you go. Now you know more about Yarrow essential oil, even if you don't want to do the exercise. And now you also can use that knowledge to benefit you in this exercise and other exercises going forward about how you can create new memories and also create new neural pathways with things that tend to bother you or keep you stuck in relationships. I'm super interested in those who choose to try this process to share their experience in the video description or on my video blog. And all the links will be in the transcript to the video below with all the resources and all the background on Yarrow essential oil. And also while you're there, if you can check out some of my additional resources, if you want to learn more about essential oils and naturopathic medicine, I think that they will be very supportive for you. So thank you so much for joining me today. And I look forward to reading your comments and I look forward to spending more time with you again real soon.